Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tarastrology and I will be doing your May reading for 2020. This reading will be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Due to the fact that one of my followers had said that the shuffling of the cards was actually so loud that I was coming out very mumbled and they weren't able to hear me. I had shuffled the cards beforehand. I did not look at them, but it'll give us a little bit of time to filter through the beginning section anyway. So luckily we're able to just jump right in. So we'll go and do that for you guys. Alright. So, Scorpios, there may be an Aries in your life. If they are not an Aries, the Emperor card represents someone kind of dominating over you. It is somebody who is in power, but sometimes it's almost like a tyranny, you know? You just feel like you don't really have power in the situation and you kind of have to back down to them. And I feel like with this Five of Wands, you feel an inner conflict when it comes to them. Perhaps there are some things about this dominant personality that you really like. I mean, you guys are both ruled. I mean, you're technically Pluto, but originally you were Mars. So it is still like a sexual energy, powerful, like transformative energy that you guys are under. So I feel like with the Emperor card with the Five of Wands, you guys are just feeling like there might be things that you really are attracted to within this situation, and that you kind of want someone to like dominate over you, but there's an inner conflict. You might be disillusioned. I say that because with the Seven of Cups, it feels like something's too good to be true. Perhaps in May, the first week or so, you're going to find out that there's somebody in your life that's not really being fully transparent, and they might be kind of like, they're not really leading up to what they're saying they're going to do, which is kind of hard for you guys because as much as I feel like Scorpios kind of have a tendency to keep secrets so that their like innermost feelings are kind of to themselves, they really don't like when other people do this. So I think that you're kind of disillusioned because you think people are being more straightforward than they really are. With the Eight of Wands and Strength though, I feel like there might be a Leo in your life that you end up communicating with. Perhaps there's somebody else that just kind of steps in at just the right time. It could be that this person that has like a hold over you, I'm so sorry, it could be that this person that has this hold over you, who isn't really being truthful, there's like someone else who's able to fulfill that a little bit easier. And I feel like with the Strength card, it still is somebody who's kind of dominant, because the Strength card really, especially here, it depicts this tiger here, and you know, it seems like they're kind of on the prowl, right? So I feel like this person is approaching you. They're definitely more dominant and more powerful. You're kind of like stricken by their beauty. I feel like when they come in, they kind of come in fast. They are most likely going to come in through like social media or through text messages, phone calls. It's not going to really be like an in-person kind of thing. With the Three of Wands, I feel like you're ready to move forward, and though you might be so distraught about this past situation and like conflicted about it, I feel like when this new person comes around, you're kind of ready to drop it a lot quicker than you thought you might have been like ready to do beforehand. And with the Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like you finally feel like, you know, Six of Pentacles is usually about like an unequal balance. But I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, it's going to be a change of that. You're going to find that there's somebody who's a lot more generous than you're used to. Maybe perhaps you're used to putting in a lot more work or kind of putting in a lot more effort, but this person's going to kind of match you in a way that really surprises you. And I feel like this person is very, like, they kind of want to take care of you. And that might come off as strange, but I feel like this energy is still kind of like a powerful energy, like a dominant energy. However, it's in a much more relaxed way. Like this person could still be pursuing you very strongly. However, they're not doing so in a way that comes off as like toxic. They don't want to control you necessarily. They just kind of want to, like, they want to be seen for what they're doing right, but they're not doing it in a controlling, manipulative way. And with the Princess of Cups, I feel like you're going to be like head over heels over this person. And it's going to kind of feel, I'm so sorry about that. It's going to kind of feel like your first love. Like you might have, there is a warning with this, you might have rose-tinted glasses on. You might be looking at this like, oh my god, this is my ultimate soulmate. This is everything I've been wanting, and that's great. But just be careful not to ignore red flags. But with this card, it's like, almost like that teenage love, you know? Like, that first experience you have with love, you're really, like, enamored by everything that they say and do. It's kind of like that. Like, very intense energy. And I think it's because of the fact that they're like you're interested in them, but they're pursuing you, and this is making you feel like, like, I am that, like, man or woman, you know, whoever you are watching this, and like, I'm wanted. And everyone wants that, you know, everyone wants somebody to want them. You don't want to always be putting in the effort and nobody's giving anything back. But with this situation, not only will it be like that, but it's going to be better than you expected. But it will cause you to see things so, like, they're the love of my life. So just be careful. With the Four of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, it could be that towards the end of May, I feel like you're going to want to take a little bit of a rest. Perhaps when that has to do with your job, like perhaps they've really been overworking you during this time, if you are still lucky enough to be employed during this pandemic. And I feel like you're going to just kind of want to take a break and just really focus on yourself. And I feel like when you do this, you'll feel that there's a lot of healing. And I think you're able to manifest healing into your home life. And this break that you're going to take will not hurt you financially. And if it's not necessarily from like your job, it could be from other people in your life that are constantly asking too much from you. But either way, it's going to be a break that you need to take for yourself, and you need to be kind of open and honest about it. But then you could be in a really good place. You could feel a lot more stable after doing this, and you'll have new beginnings within those relationships because you're more honest about your need for space. And with the Ace of Cups, I feel like you're going to feel by the end of this month really like you're going to have a new love coming in. You're going to kind of get over the fact that people have been like lying to you and you've been putting in a lot more effort. There's a lot of healing to come. There's a lot of things that you've been manifesting for a really long time that are finally coming to fruition. So with this Ace of Cups, I feel like you're going to end up kind of feeling in love. It's a little quick, considering I'm putting this out on May 1st. At the end of the month, that's a little quick to be like, I love you. But I feel like you're going to want to say it. I don't think you should. But I will say that you're going to feel really intense within your romantic, like how you feel romantically about other people. Specifically this one person who may be a Leo. They could also be with the Queen of Pentacles, a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Again, they don't really need to be any of these because this is a general reading. For some of you, you'll be watching this and being like, oh my god, yes it is. And then for some of you, you're like, no. But it could also just be that they hold that energy, you know? With the Strength card, they could be very loving. And they fight for what they believe in. And with the Queen of Pentacles, they're very generous, they're very giving. They're really, like, secure financially. And these are all good things, because then you know that they're not leaning on you for that. And at the end of this, you will feel more healed. And why I can also say that, like, this is a definite by the end of May, is we have the Judgment card at the end. So the Judgment card, you know, the bottom of the deck represents kind of like the gist of what this reading is about. And the Judgment card brings about a spiritual awakening. So there's some kind of realization that you've had, and it might be something that you've been going through as is, but now this month, a lot of things are starting to come to fruition. This could be because things might start opening up. You know, as I record this, I am in the US. You might not be watching this, but it could be that. But it could also just be that somebody, you know, is really willing to kind of put a mirror up to you and, like, let you look in the mirror and actually see what it is that you need and, like, what you need to see in yourself so that you can grow. But this is like, everything kind of sets in, you know, like, you're just like, wow. You're like, wow, who knew that I could be at this place this month? I was so hung up on this person who just kind of wants to dominate the situation and wants things to go exactly their way, and I'm not feeling it that way. And now, all of a sudden, I have someone who's, like, putting in just as much effort as I am. Interesting, you know? Interesting how that all turns. But I feel a lot of positive energy coming with you guys. Perhaps it is the fact that Pluto, your home planet, is in retrograde, and despite what people may think about it, it kind of is to release some old karmic patterns. So perhaps this I'm sorry, I can't talk. Perhaps this change in energy, especially towards that first and second week when it actually starts to go retrograde, makes you realize what you need to release. And this could be what's bringing about the spiritual awakening. So I see a lot of good things for you guys this month. I hope that is so. If you like this reading, please like or leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe if you are not subscribed. And I will see you guys next month. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a wonderful May. Bye, guys.